Hi, I'm Judi Vitale and welcome to this Read the Stars video about Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. Today is Wednesday, November 2nd, 2011, and today both Mercury and Venus have entered the sign of Sagittarius. These two planets, Mercury, our thoughts, the way that we communicate, travel, communication, all those things we talk about during Mercury retrograde, and Venus, which is our way of being friendly, our taste, our ability to appreciate things, and, also love, of course. Those two influences are very important to the development of our personalities. Often people will say, well, gee, what makes one Scorpio different from the other Scorpio? And I'll always say it depends on where the Mercury and Venus fall, because they travel so closely with the sun. They can be on either side of it. They can be in the same sign. They can be sometimes one sign ahead or one sign behind. Never too often very much more than that, but it can happen. But for the most part, that's so you get like a Scorpio who might have Mercury in Sagittarius and Venus in Libra. Be a very nice combination, but that's a little bit too complicated for what I want to discuss now. Let's just get back to what Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius feels like. I mean, I woke up this morning, I had to be somewhere at a very, very early hour, which is unusual for someone who works till 2 in the morning, and I went, wow, I have energy, and it's the Sagittarius. Sagittarius just gives us that energy. It gives us that desire to go out and have a party. See my earrings? I'm ready for a party. So that's part of the symbolism that I want you to remember, that, the time of Sagittarius is actually the holiday season leading up, to the big holidays at the end of the year. And this is the time when everybody wants to be happy and boisterous and just charge forward. And as I said in the weekly horoscopes, this is all wonderful, but we need to be careful about the details, okay? Because if you go a little bit too far with Sagittarius energy, you can wind up with your foot in your mouth. I'll refer you back to the Donald Trump article about the moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius just wants to know the next thing and doesn't often consider how things that they say are going to be taken by someone who might be a lot more sensitive than the average Sagittarius person is. They're very wonderful people, by the way, Sagittarians, some of my favorites, but they can be a little bit brusque and difficult to understand on account of it. They don't mean any harm. They're just too busy to care about whether or not your little feelings are hurt, because that's just what happens with the Sagittarius person. So think about that. Everybody's going to be in that mood for the next few weeks. Now, Venus and Mercury are right together now, but they're going to separate out. Mercury's going to move a little faster, and then Venus is going to move on through too. Mercury is actually going to stay in Sagittarius longer because if you've been watching your weekly and monthly horoscopes, you know that Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 24th of November. So it will go backwards and actually go all the way back into Scorpio. So let's just talk about some of the things that each of the planets is going to do. Let's start with Venus. Venus, very just pure Venus and Sagittarius energy, all the way until the 22nd. And really the only things that she's going to do while she's in Sagittarius is make a nice little charming sextile, which is a very enabling kind of energy where one planet picks up the other planet's energy in a nice way and they work together. And this will be first with Saturn on the 22nd and then with Neptune shortly thereafter. So nothing big at all. It will go into Capricorn on the 26th of November, and at that point we'll get much more active. We'll talk about that when the time comes. Now, on to Mercury. In addition to the onset of energy that we're feeling today, on November 3rd, Mercury will make a trine with Uranus, and this is going to make everybody very excited. Venus makes hers today, so it's real fast, boom. So that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, the retrograde happens on the 24th. And Mercury will go back and square Mars on December the 4th, very much like the way that you felt on October 28th. So something kind of like bugged you on the 28th of October. It will probably come back up again on December 4th. And then it will go stationary to direct on December the 13th. So that's what those two planets are doing. They're charging us up. They're making us more focused about going out and doing this and that. The first news I got was an opportunity for publishing, and these planets fall in my 9th house of publications and publishing, so that was really cool. And the symbolism, I hope, will work in your life. And if you want to find out how, check out your daily horoscope for November 2nd, 2011, and you'll find out. And if you have anything to say to me, please send it along to Judi, Judi, at readthestars.com.